Kansas City Star, that's what I are. Yodeloo-hoo-lay, you are to see my car. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today I want to talk about the top 10-ish duos in the game, and actually I have not put as much effort into finding the very top 10 as much as just 10 that are interesting to me and exciting, and things that we should always be thinking about, and especially just planning around, you know, for trying to build things in a game. It's like, well, alright, I'm required to work on this character, but if I just take a little bit of a detour, I'm like a squirrel guy, kind of, in a way. Like, I just, like, chase all these squirrels. I'm like, okay, I know I should be working on this galactic legend, but, ooh, squirrel. Let's go over there. And this is like the ultimate squirrels guide, frankly, guys. Just trying to find different ways to derail you in your farms, but in like, ways that are going to actually help you long-term with your farms as well. So, let's real quick, folks, thank my patrons. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't do this without you. Thank you guys so very much for all of everything, guys. I just got a new computer. I haven't set it up yet. Exciting stuff, and you guys made it possible. So thank you so much for everything. We're going to be working on lighting here after that computer is set up, and you know, we're going to start doing some cool stuff on this computer as well. Be able to, you know, get more guests on the show, etc. So, let's also remind you, folks, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment, leave your name and number. No, don't do that. But please do mount the algorithm, guys. Mount up. It's time to mount up. Now, we're just going to go into the game, because I didn't want to put a huge amount of time to prep into this, guys. It's a good thing to sometimes make a video that I don't spend hours trying to prep for, and that's what I'm telling myself. That's the official version. So, whoa, we're in the game, and here we are, guys. Remember, this is not going to be the very, very top list. It's the characters that I think, I don't know, just 10, I think maybe there's even 11. Who even knows, guys? Who could even count these days? Who really even cares about numbers? I know that a lot of you do, but we're going to talk about these characters. So Dash and Vandor, probably my favorite duo, guys. And you need the Vandor Zeta, of course. You need the Omicron on Dash if you want to use them in GAC really well. But the thing is, Dash gives Vandor his prepared, and then Vandor just revives your whole team all the time, and CG has written it into the code. Well, at least in GAC code. I've recently been trying to use this team in Conquest. It doesn't work this way, but if you have your Vandor Chewie all buffed up and everything, he just doesn't get targeted by the AI. For whatever reason, you go and kill Jedi Master Luke squad or whatever, and they could easily just win if they hard targeted Chewie, but they don't, and instead they just kill everyone over and over again. They're like, how many times can I kill Dash? Like, the last Jedi Master Luke team to kill Dash killed him 7 times. You know, maybe I can kill him an 8th, or, you know, like, it's very impressive how they disregard Vandor Chewie. And I mean, the guy will eat you. He's literally the beast. Did you guys realize? I know this, I'm probably in the vast minority. I didn't realize that this is the planet he was from. That's why he's called Vandor Chewbacca. I wonder why he's called like, this isn't really his name. If you look at it in the light of Vandor is a planet, then you have to really think, like no one else is named like that. Everyone else is like, oh, this is the version of Chewbacca. Like, it should be Chewbacca parentheses Vandor if they were being consistent. Not that it really matters, it's just, I don't know, something interesting to note, I suppose. Well, anyways, one of my favorite tandems. Don't use them if your opponent prevents revives. And remember, Vandor Chewie only revives light side scoundrel / smuggler, whatever. He does, like, if like Hondo's on the team, Hondo works really nicely with them. But remember, Hondo will not revive. He might not need to, but that's something to keep in mind. Iden and Stormtrooper, this is a really fun team, guys, and for a long time people were taking Iden and Stormtrooper alone to kill full 5 character squads in 3v3. You can absolutely do this. I get too afraid and don't do it, but, I mean, in the end, like you're kind of diluting your squad by putting more characters in here in some ways, because Stormtrooper is just a tanky little beast. He is crazy, guys. Like if you took his helmet off, he would just like have a Nexu head or something, because he's a beast. He's crazy. He's not like Vandor Chewbacca beast level, because he doesn't have an ability called the Beast, but you know, I guess it makes sense. Iden's kind of cute. She's kind of beauty in some ways. But this team is just really nice because she keeps them alive so nicely. And because the Stormtrooper is constantly taunting and he has crazy amounts of survivability, I know I should probably put defense on him. I just really like health on him for whatever reason. We're not talking about mods here, but yeah, like he just survives so nicely and works so well with her. Like he's able to, like when he shoots back, he's putting exposes on people, and you know that adds more damage. It's really very impressive. Like I keep saying, if I keep saying it more often, maybe you guys will think that's true. But just those two just wreak havoc on people, on noobs, on non-noobs alike, just on everyone. Let's see. Okay, Bossk and Greef. The reason I really like them as a tandem, like, so they don't really work to like just on their own. Like, remember, a lot of these squads aren't just like, oh, hey, these two characters are going to, you know, like, go out and conquer for me. Like they're going to, it's just going to be a tandem and they're going to beat things. These all a lot of times work in the context of a greater squad. Like the Iden team truly is just a you know, a 2-character specialist kind of team, but Bossk and Greef, for instance, like they don't go well together unless you have more characters. Like you put Mando with them, you put Fennec with them, etc. But that, like, together they're kind of just like two old men. They just flail about, they flop about. And the thing that I like about them the most here, guys, is they're complementary to the extreme, because Bossk can give himself Frenzy, which is, you know, gives himself 100% turn meter whenever someone uses a special on his team, an ally uses a special. And so what you do, and I haven't even checked this, I hope I'm not missing mods, I've been messing around with them for the new raid a lot, but so 337, a little bit fast on Bossk, not trying to brag here, but so 337, you want Bossk or Greef to be just a little bit slower. And what that does, of course, you guys know the drill by now, they just, you know, Bossk taunts, that then Greef goes right away because they're so close in speed. He does his special, calls the assists or whatever, and then Bossk gets an immediate turn because of Frenzy. And then he can call the mass assist, and usually at that point you have your contract and can go pwn a noob with like Mando or something like that. Really, really strong team. I mean, also Bossk makes the whole team, if he's the lead, extremely resilient. And then Greef Karga is the only bounty hunter still besides Jabba, I guess, but though I don't know what bounties Jabba does any of. He's a smuggler. He's like smuggles treats into his folds. But Greef also is the only smuggler who can cleanse, which is a very, very nice thing to be able to do that. Only smuggler, I meant only bounty hunter that can do that. He can heal, he can cleanse, he can hand turn meter. The two of them just work very, very nicely together. This is the tandem that truly made bounty hunters very dangerous, and you guys will see that in pretty soon, hopefully, with Prevail Man. Really excited to use bounty hunters on that account. Now, Maul and Canderous, again, you don't want to just take these two. You probably want Watt or something like that, but remember, Maul starts with Frenzy, and so if you have someone who's like really fast to go with them, then the reason Canderous is like his always the like one that's attached to the hip. So it's because Canderous gets Maul turns a lot, and you don't need crazy mods for him. So my Canderous doesn't even have an extra 100 speed. He's just modded for a ton of damage. I think his arrow is just offense as well. It's speed, and I just have really bad mods on them, apparently. Which, I'm not talking down to people who have worse mods. He's not fast. And I think I did put the arrow on him just to make sure that he goes fast. The thing is, he's got this really weird bug on him, guys, that's been in here, and it's been written wrong this whole time. So, whenever an enemy is damaged by an attack, Canderous gains 8% turn meter. Let's see. Oh, hold on now. Hold on a sec. I think this has changed, actually. This is so crazy, guys. It says, whenever an enemy is damaged by an attack. It used to say, whenever an enemy that has a damage over time is damaged by an attack, or something like that, then Canderous gains 8% turn meter. This looks like a reflection of what the real rule is. It looks like I wonder if I have to check, maybe one of the update notes recently had this, but one way or another, it does mean that Canderous gains a crazy amount of turn meter once Maul, so you need some kind of catalyst to get Maul to go before the rest of the team, so he's frenzy, so it's like, okay, Watt can go first, and as long as Watt isn't like shot by Han or something like that, then he's going to immediately, do a special trigger Maul's frenzy ability. He'll do an AoE, which will call everyone to assist, assuming Maul is the lead, and Canderous will then be able to take a turn because he calls everyone to assist, and everyone's taking a ton of damage, and Canderous is gaining like 40 to 60% turn meter, which means he goes first almost regardless of what his speed is, and then he does his AoE, and then Maul gets another turn, and so Canderous is like, he's Maul's very close friend. Of course, Maul could kind of do without him if you put two really fast characters with him. However, just keep in mind that Canderous is, you don't have to invest in crazy mods. You guys saw what I had on him. You just need him to be fast enough to, gain all that turn meter and go second. So, remember, it doesn't work as well in threes either. So Reva and Grand Inquisitor, just the real obvious thing of, they all of her opponents start with 5 stacks of Plague if she's the lead, and then Grand Inquisitor always starts everyone with his unique with 1 stack of Plague, which means immediately under Reva lead, Grand Inquisitor gets a bonus turn just instantly, and he goes before Watt does. Like in the hierarchy of bonus turns, it doesn't matter if he's faster or slower than Watt. He has like a rule that's, Han shoots first, and then Grand Inquisitor shoots second, and then Watt, apparently. In the hierarchy of bonus turns, like at the start of the turn, or the start of the battle, apparently Grand Inquisitor is the one who comes out ahead. So it's just something to keep in mind, folks. Once you beat someone with your speed or whatever, once you have, if you have a tie on like whose Grand Inquisitor goes first, it's like, okay, so you both have a bonus turn, you both have the same character taking the bonus turn. The tie is determined by character speed, and if you have the same speed, then it's a coin flip, 50% to who goes first, just as an FYI, folks. Now we have Han and Chewie. I mean, pretty obvious, right? I mean, Chewie has changed his allegiances from Dash to Han, which is fine. Chewie just likes people who drive that those big Millennium Falcon type Corellian ships. But I mean, Chewie makes it so that no one can crit against Han. He always assists with Han. I mean, they're built to work in tandem. Really, one of my favorite squads or characters or duos, and yeah, you don't want to miss this squad, guys. It's a really good squad or character tandem, whatever. Almost to the point that it's too obvious, and I probably shouldn't have included it. Just so crazy good though together. Now here's one that I have really been enjoying, guys. Jedi Luke and Mace Windu together do some crazy stuff. Mace, man, I keep wishing. I want to get him to Relic 9 sometime, folks, because something that I hadn't noticed for a while, or hadn't noticed a while ago. Let's see. Is it, which one is the thing? Is it this one that does extra damage based on his health? Let's see, I swear I read that just recently on my alt. These are the things you learn. Oh, maybe it is the basic, yeah. So, if this attack deals bonus damage equal, or if this attack deals bonus damage equal to 5% of Mace's max health. So, you know, giving him a lot of health is good. I think I do have some health mods on him. This isn't a how to mod him video, but he's very, very greedy on the various things, on the various stats, but one way or another, guys, the thing that I really like about him, like, so that extra damage is nice. I really like the ability block that he does here, but one of the really nice things, though, guys, is his Shatterpoint ability, which, let's see, where is it? Yeah, Shatterpoint. So every time it takes a turn, you guys know how it works. If you hit someone who has Shatterpoint, then it's going to reduce their defense, max health, and offense by 10% for the rest of the encounter, which is really nice. You know, that reduction of defense and then max health and offense. The offense thing can also just really cripple a team, but defense is also very nice. All three of those is nice, but then the thing where it gets really powerful is with Repulse. You can also, every time you do it, it's an AoE stun, as most of you know. But when you use it, until the end of the encounter, all enemies lose 10% max health and protection, all the way to a max of 50%. So the two of them really chip away at Malgus teams, for instance. So they do really good jobs, and it's a lot of fun to see a Malgus that's Relic 9 and super tanky just slowly shrinking to the tandem of Luke and Mace just going to town, going to work. It's a lot of fun. Mace would be a candidate for Relic 9 if I ever made a Relic 9 video. Let me know in the video, or in the comments, if you'd be interested in a Relic 9 priority video, now that it's a little bit more accessible recently. Okay, the EP Mara one, maybe it's just too obvious as well, but it is crazy. Like, these two can just work as a duo, and they don't need anyone else. I mean, nicer with Starkiller, etc., but he is very nice with Mara Jade, and I mean, just the fact that, I mean, she's got a ton of synergy just built into her kit for it and everything, but Palpy, you know, rewards all the debuffs and the AoEs that she does, and she just gets constant turns. She's really fast. She, like, both of them going together is very nice. Even if she is missing a mod, because it's on some random Tusken, I believe. IG11 and Kuiil. Gosh, guys, I was hoping I could make this video shorter than this. IG and Kuiil. Without Kuiil, IG can't pre-taunt. That's one of the things Kuiil can, you know, revive IG11 a lot. It's a really, really nice combo, honestly. Look it up, guys. Just go read the kits yourself. I'm just telling you the characters. So the thing that I like about Sana and Cara Dune is the fact that Cara can spam her AoE forever on this, and her AoE is pretty nice, actually, guys. If you take time to look at it, it removes 50% of their turn meter, and Empire enemies are stunned for one turn, so you can just literally just pause an entire Empire team forever with Cara Dune. Remember, it doesn't work on Reva, because Reva makes her squad immune to stun. It doesn't work on Starkiller squads, because they are also immune to stun. Now, Padme and Gideon, you guys know the Gidme thing where, you know, he gives protection up, and then to all of the support characters in Padme squad, that turns into a huge amount of stacks of courage, and they just demolish things. Those two together are really nice. He reduces turn meter, but he can't reduce turn meter on Padme, so he reduces turn meter on all of the opponent's squad, but not any of Padme's squad. Really pretty cool stuff. And then finally, guys, things to remember that aren't duo, that can't ever form a duo. Wampa can't ever do that. Fulcrum, I guess now with Cal Kestis you potentially could, but She's used to flying solo in the raid, or in the territory wars. Koth will never form a good duo because he is a totally crap character. And then finally, guys, remember, Starkiller needs at least 3 characters on his team. In 3v3 and 5v5, he has to have all 5. You can never undersize with Starkiller. Someone sent me a screenshot a while ago of someone who had tried to do a 4-man Starkiller attack on them in GAC, and I laughed for days. It made me laugh still. It's still making me laugh inside. Anyways, what duos do you really like? Duo you really like? Am I gonna have to do? Am I gonna have to have a do-over here at some point to make a more professional version of this video? I'd be interested to know what you guys' thoughts are on what is the best duo. What's your favorite, guys? What's the best tandem you can think of in this silly game that we play? Guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.